Good morning and welcome to Georgia. Here we are. So you would have noticed last night in my final video, my sleeping bag rolled into the river just here in the little short side stream. And sleeping bags, the material they're made of, are super absorbent. So we just went and just sucked up all this fucking water. And even though only like 20% of the bag was sitting in the water, at least 50 or 60% of the bag was just completely saturated. I'm not saying saturated in an exaggerating way, I mean literally saturated. Anyway, so I built a fire that took forever. It took so long to get it going because, as you'll notice, everything here is super moist this morning. There's just dew everywhere, which means all the wood, I collected all this wood last night, all this sort of stuff, none of this was flammable, and it's all dead and like snaps easy, and it seems dry, but as soon as you burn it, all this liquid was just coming out of it. So nothing was burning. Luckily, I found that there was an old fence that fell over, and I took a couple of palings from that no longer we're using, and I finally got it going. I found a big knot of wood like this one here that had been washed up or something, and I chucked it on top of it, and woof, all the little roots and stuff like that finally caught fire. It took so long. I was like this close to giving up, and I was really desperate. I felt really, really depressed. I thought I was going to be going to bed with no food and a wet sleeping bag, which just would have been, well, catastrophic. Anyway, fortunately, I got the majority of the sleeping bag dry. It was still a little bit wet by the time I went to bed, but I have a lot of woolen clothing, which you think I would have worn, but no, it's very absorbent as well. So I put that on the sleeping bag, and that sucked up all the moisture out of the sleeping bag. Well, not all of it, but it was still quite wet. It still is quite wet. Anyway, long story short, super long story short, I slept. I slept a good 8 hours. I'm still a little bit tired because it wasn't the best sleep, but I'm here, I'm alive, I'm okay, and I'm in a good mood, and I'm ready for Georgia. It's 6:30 in the morning, and I'm going to wait for the sun to come right up, and I'll probably dawdle here, I think, because everything needs to be dried. But other than that, I'll see you soon. Peace out. No, too early for that. How you doing? So, just been laying here again, just waiting for the sun to come up, because essentially nothing's going to dry until the sun comes up. So, here it is, the sunlight's starting to shine on the tent, which is really welcome news for me. Normally it's really unwelcome because I have to get up, but I get up so early now. It's a good thing. Right, so I'm going to pack up slowly and dry everything out and stuff like that. And then, you know what? I'm going to treat myself, if I can find one, to a cafe this morning. I'm going to go get somebody else to make me some breakfast. I don't have any food. I've got one apple and I haven't eaten it yet, and I'm super hungry. So, yeah. And you know what? I noticed as well that, I don't know if you remember being a kid, but McDonald's wasn't everywhere. McDonald's was only, maybe one shop every couple of 100 kilometers, depending on the cities. So when I was a kid, going to McDonald's was an adventure. It was an event. You know what I mean? Like, if we had enough money to go to McDonald's, it was like, whoa, McDonald's. That's sort of how I live now, because I get Wi-Fi every couple of days, or maybe even once a week. So this morning I was like, I might go to a cafe. Oh, Wi-Fi. Yes, cafe and Wi-Fi. Yay! Just makes me feel like a kid. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do this morning. I'm going to see if I can find some Wi-Fi. I may be lucky, I might not. I've already noticed it's quite rural here, so probably won't. But fingers crossed I do, and I'm going to have some breakfast and some Wi-Fi. Anyway, see you on the road. So, I took the opportunity with this great, nice, sunshiny morning to cut my hair. So, what do you think? Looking pretty good, right? Right. Time for me to start unpacking the tents, dry it all up, and get on the road. I am super hungry and ready to find a cafe. Okay, so I've stopped at a tiny little cafe. There's no Wi-Fi. It's really sort of annoys me because I was really looking forward to it. But I've got no idea what I'm going to get. I have no idea how to talk Georgian, so the conversation was pretty shitty, but essentially it's going to cost me
£3.5 to buy some food. So I'm just going to buy it, eat it, see what happens. I have no idea what I'm going to be served or how big it is or anything like that. I'm just going to go for it. So that's what I'm doing. So now I'm going to sit here and just wait for my food. Nothing else to say. You'll see the food when it comes. Okay, so I just went for a quick walk to go get some stuff from the supermarket while I'm waiting for my food to be cooked. And I just got some bread and some salami and some coffee. My first two interactions with Georgian people now have both been, well, one of them was with curiosity and the other one was really, really friendly. And at the end of the day, it's the same sort of situation that I was in with Turkey, is that I'm a tourist, especially in a place like this. They probably don't see too many tourists. And in Turkey, I was received with, it was like, oh, they were offended that I was there. And here it's, you know, it's friendly curiosity, which is just really, really refreshing and nice. So the woman at the counter just here, I was trying my best to talk Georgian. Obviously she doesn't speak English. And she just tried to help me along and gave me some help and stuff like that and tried to teach me some words while I was there. And it was fun. Rather than when I was in Turkey when people just wanted my money and shoved me out the door. So, great start. All right, back at the cafe, let's get some breakfast. Okay, so here's breakfast. It seems like some sort of garlic cheese bread. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it was cooked in an oven. And it's full of gooey, nice cheese. And also, it comes served with, I think it's like a rosewater tea. I know, it's delicious. Anyway, let's have a bite, yeah? Garlic cheese bread. Really good. Oh, that's really good. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy. I'll see you back on the road. Okay, back riding again. Just left that little cafe. Had a nice chat with the owner. Really nice guy. So I just want to remark on that pink drink that I was drinking. It's called compote, which is, I think, you know, direct translation is compote. But it was like a fruit cordial sugar thingy. And it comes with all of this like fruit that's been sitting in it for ages. And after you drink it, they give you some fruit from inside the cup. And then, yeah, inside the jug. And you eat it, it was fucking delicious, super sweet. Apparently it's a traditional Georgian drink. Also, the owner gave me some apples. And check these apples out, look at the colours of them. These are what organic apples look like. They're fucking amazing, and I bet you they're delicious. I'm going to eat them a little bit later, but they were in the drink before and it was delicious, so I can only assume that these are very sweet as well. Anyway, I'm going to ride on. Let's get riding through the countryside. I'm already having a good day. How we doing? What a day, huh? Sun is shining, a little bit of wind, but check out the view here. Look at that. I'm climbing up this mountain this direction, following the river line. I'm going to do this for a couple of days because the river mountain climbs are just fucking amazingly beautiful. I've had kids coming out going, hello, how are you? And saying hi in their native tongue as well. I've had kids coming out and high-fiving me as I ride past. Everyone just seems so much more happy here and just willing to accept tourists. So I know I keep reflecting back on Turkey, but I'm just so happy to be here. It's just such a positive and awesome change, and I love it. I'm really looking forward to riding more through Georgia now. I've been eating a lot of the traditional food and stuff like that, and cookies and things like this, and I'm just having such a good time. Anyway, Tobacco Farmer's about to slowly pass me. I don't want to let him do that, so I'm going to get going. See you around. Okay, so here I am in a little village somewhere. I'm not sure what the name of it is. I don't even think it's really a village. I think it's just sort of a stop for shopping. Anyway, I'm just a bit tired and just been riding for ages. And you know what? I've been noticing it everywhere and nowhere in Kentucky. I felt like a beer. Thought I'd get myself a local beer. I have no idea what it's called, but apparently it's icy. It's always good. So, I'm going to have the first beer that I haven't had in, shit, must be months. Months and months and months I haven't had a beer. Here we go. Oh, that's good. Well, that's real good. beers pretty much all taste the same to me now. I can't really tell the difference between them anymore. Anyway, I'm going to sit here and enjoy the view and have my beer. I'll see you on the road. Georgia is the gift that just keeps on giving. Look at this valley ride. Wow, look at that. Wicked. Super awesome ride. Sun's out, a little bit cool, bit of a breeze. Perfect, but the views are just spectacular. There's just drop-offs everywhere, and I get to have a nice, beautiful look down there. It's wicked. The climb's been going up and up and up. I think tomorrow it's going to get a whole lot worse, but then after that it's all downhill. So I think Georgia's relatively flat, just except the area that I'm going through, which again is the part that sort of borders with Turkey. So it's part of that tectonic plate where the continents are crushing up against each other. I tell you what, I'm fucking loving this ride. It just keeps getting better and better and greener, and Anyway, getting near camp finding time. I've probably got about 45 minutes till I got to start looking, so I'm going to keep pushing to get a few more Ks, but other than that I'm going to look for bed soon. I'm tired. See you around. Alright, so here I am at a city called Kulo, and it's quite a climb to go up there. To be honest, it's getting pretty late and I've got to start looking for a campsite, so I can't even go in and check the place out. I've got enough food for today and for tomorrow morning, so I'm just going to ride on. Plus it's downhill on the other side of this to give me a good opportunity to find a good campsite while there's still enough light, so I've got to get going. Bit of a shame, it looks like a nice place, but that's life. So let's move on. Alright, so I'm just walking back up a super steep incline. I finally found a campsite down here. I left the bike up there because I didn't want to have to walk all the way down here and find out it's no good. I found about 3 or 4 different campsites along the way, but they're either too populated or too close to the road or just shit. Or this one's perfect. Away from the road, I can have a fire, there's plenty of wood, ticks all the boxes. As I was looking around and all that, I went through a gate before. I put a hole in my fucking waterproof jacket, which is not good news. Fortunately, it's under the arm, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to do a peace out now. Georgia is everything I wanted it to be. It's a fucking challenge. The road has stopped being sealed and it's just been going up. I had that downhill I was talking about earlier, but it was super unsealed and bumpy, so my hands got strained from having to hold the brake so much. Anyway, I did see a campsite before all this started happening, and it was pretty good. But I thought, you know what, I can find better. Sometimes you just got to be happy with what you fucking got. Peace out.